everyone. Welcome to another story time here in Nature, Poetry, and Stories. And today's story is about an owl named Clarence who couldn't say what he wanted to say. Kids, are you curious on what happened to Clarence? I am too. And let me show you the picture book that I'm about to read, The Owl Who Could Only Growl. It was written by Elizabeth Green and beautifully illustrated by Mithini Watsala. So kids, if you're ready, I am ready too. Let's start. The Owl Who Could Only Growl, written by Elizabeth Green, illustrated by Mithini Watsala. There once was an owl that lived in the woods, high up in an old oak tree. He had a brother called Merlin, a sister called Eve. Clarence loved all his owl family. But one day, poor Clarence woke up and he found that his hoop was no longer there. And although he still looked like a white fluffy owl, he sounded just like a brown bear. "Growl!" replied Clarence when his mom asked him kindly if he'd like something tasty to eat. "Growl!" roared Clarence when his brother tapped his wing and trampled quite hard on his feet. Clarence felt grumpy. He didn't know why. He felt quite confused and quite sad. He wanted to tuck his head under his wing and stop making a noise that was bad. His father sat with him on a cold, snowy branch. "Dear Clarence, please tell me what's wrong. No one feels happy all of the time, but I'm here to help you feel strong. Let out your growl as loud as you can. Don't keep it all bottled inside. Don't be afraid to say how you feel. I will always be here by your side." Clarence gave out a big growl, then a sigh. A big tear rolled right down his cheek. But just sitting here with wise Daddy Owl had made him feel able to speak. It felt good to be able to talk to someone and let out his big angry growl. He felt better and more like his old happy self instead of a grumpy young owl. Clarence ruffled his feathers and puffed out his chest. He knew just what he had to do. And instead of a roar or a squeak or a growl, he let out a huge tweet, "Twoo!" "Hooray!" hooted Clarence. "Hoot, hoot, hoot! Hooray!" He smiled at his wise Daddy Owl. "I feel so much better now that I know that sometimes it's okay to growl." Clarence flew over to Merlin and Eve. "I'm feeling much better," he said. "I know it's important to say how I feel, rather than keeping it all in my head." His family all hugged their dear little owl up high in the old oak tree, and they hooted together through the cold winter's night. One big happy owl family. The end. Did you like our story for today? Clarence was having a hard time expressing himself. That's why he could only growl instead of hoot or toot. Kids, it's okay to say how you feel or say whatever that's bothering you. Just remember to say it politely and sincerely. And today I have another poem for you. Here it goes. I am mad. I am sad. But I am not bad. I just want to say how I feel and the thoughts that are hard for me to deal. Please listen as much as you can. I know life is not always grand. All I just want is for you to understand. I hope you enjoyed the story for today, and I hope you enjoyed my poem too. Thank you so much for watching. See you again next week here in Nature, Poetry, and Stories. Have a good night and sweet dreams.